Hi guys, Ben from BensGameTime here. Baseball.
Baseball is a pretty popular sport, not just here in the States, but around the world. It's especially popular over in Japan, so it made perfect sense for Nintendo to create a Mario baseball game. The man's done everything else already: golf, tennis, kart racing, even shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
And so we have Mario Superstar Baseball for the GameCube. Is it any good? Well, kinda.
The base game is what you expect it is. It's baseball. You ever play baseball? Yeah, well, that's basically this game. Where this game differs comes in three flavors. First is Star Power, which allows characters to throw better pitches or hit the ball better. All characters have access to this ability, but only the characters that can be team captains have unique styles to theirs. Mario throws fireballs, Bowser throws bullet bills, Peach throws hearts, and so on. To gain more stars, you either have to win a random star chance, where depending on whether you're batting or pitching, you need to get on base or get the out, or pick them up from hitting specific spots of the baseball field. That's the second way the game changes up things, with each ballpark having a different gimmick. Mario Stadium is a standard ballpark with no additional obstacles. Peach's Castle has floating blocks that can change the direction the ball is traveling. Yoshi's Park has piranha plants that can eat the ball and spit it out in a different direction or stun outfielders. Donkey Kong's park has barrels that can run over outfielders and clap traps that slow down the infielders. Wario's Sand Palace has twisters that can redirect the ball, and Bowser's Ballpark has large panels for more stars, fireballs that bounce around, and even thwomps that can potentially block a home run. The ballpark gimmicks can either be nothing to worry about or drastically change the course of the game, which falls into a larger problem we'll get into later. The last area in which this game is different is the chemistry mechanic. Chemistry can exist between two different characters and is denoted by this musical note. If two characters have chemistry, then they will bat better if the other is on base, and they can throw the ball faster between each other when fielding. Overall, a nice boost in performance. The main mode of this game is the challenge mode, aka the story or season mode. Here, Bowser challenges Mario and friends to a game of baseball, and now you have to gather a strong team to face off against Bowser and the other teams. You have the choice to play as the Mario Sunshines, the Peach Monarchs, the Wario Greats, the Yoshi Islanders, and the DK Kongs. Ah, yes, the Donkey Kong Kongs, my favorite sports team, right up there with the Milwaukee Walkers, the Columbus Buses, or the Montreal Canadiens.
Well, I called this the story or season mode of the game. It really isn't either, since you don't have much story to it and you don't play all that many games of baseball to classify it as a season.
While your ultimate goal here is to beat Bowser's team, there are a few things you must do first. To even get to Bowser, you need to beat each of the other four teams. This can vary in difficulty depending on who you are facing and how your team is built. Some teams take one game to beat, others may take some more time. The other main task in this mode is to recruit new teammates to make your team stronger. Your starting team is pretty weak, usually focusing only on one stat like power or speed, making recruiting new teammates a must. To do this, you need to complete scouting missions while playing against the different teams. This can vary from getting a hit, getting a batter out, finishing an inning in only 3 batters, or a few other different tasks. Completing a scout mission rewards a flag towards a specific character, and once all of the character's flags are filled, you recruit the player to be used on your team once you win a game against their original team. All characters are open to this, meaning you can have any combination of players you want if you're willing to do so. Once you recruit a rival captain, you can no longer play that team, but don't worry about getting all other teammates first. If a team surrenders, any remaining teammates will play for Bowser Jr. instead, who will roam around the map between each game. Challenging Bowser Jr. has you try and finish a game against his team. This consists of either being on the pitching side trying to get 3 outs to end the game, or on the batting side trying to score the winning run. Winning against Bowser Jr. rewards players that are from a surrender team, as well as coins that can be used at the item shop. The item shop sells both permanent character upgrades and one-time use power-ups to help give your team a boost, such as better batting or faster speed. You buy these with the coins you win from Bowser Jr., and you can also get coins by playing mini-games at the different ballparks. The only other part of the challenge mode are the star missions. These missions will boost a player's stats when they are all completed and involve a large variety of challenges. Each is character specific and need to be completed in a game or in a minigame. These stay completed between difficulties, but some can only be completed at higher levels, so you won't get these for a while. While these are nice, there wasn't a real need for completing them for the boost as far as I could tell from what I played. Completing challenge mode unlocks characters for the rest of the game, depending on what team you started with.
Now you may be thinking, Ben, this sounds all well and good. There doesn't seem to be any issues with this game. However, this game has a major setback to it that is not only inherent to the game of baseball, but is also amplified by other aspects of the game, which is the lack of control and luck of where the ball goes when hit.
There isn't much you can do to control how the ball travels in game, which leads to many outs. The most I've been able to notice is hitting late versus hitting early makes the ball travel in different directions, and you get the most out of a hit if contact is made on the tip. However, there is very little in terms of distance or air time. Hitting is like this: you can either just swing the bat or you can hold a swing for more power. Just swinging the bat usually results in an infielder catch or an easy out at first. As for charging the swing, it will result in a pop fly most of the time, again making for an easy out. You can try to do a half charge to try to get the ball in a nice part of the field, but it doesn't work all the time. There just isn't a consistent way to get the ball to a safe part of the field, and you can't control what kind of swing you take. Soft hits are short line drives, while powerful hits always fly. Couple this with the field hazards redirecting your ball potentially to a fielder, and 9 times out of 10 your hit will result in an out. Heck, there are even times where you get out just because that's what the game wants. Like, how did this even happen? When you do end up winning, it's only by a small margin, and very rarely will you get a blowout.
This just takes out a lot of the enjoyment of the game and is a problem that is present throughout most of the game as a whole.
Besides the challenge mode and exhibition games, there are a few side game modes that spice things up a bit. First is the Toy Field, a 4-player game to see who can get the most coins in a game of baseball. The game is pretty simple: one player bats, one pitches, and the other two take the outfield. The game is played in rounds, 10 to 50, and each at bat is a round. The player batting tries to hit the ball to get the ball to hit panels on the field, and these panels reward coins when hit, put runners on bases, and can even activate a slot machine for other bonuses. Scoring runs gives large coin bonuses, and if the batter isn't out after they bat, they can bat again. If the pitcher strikes out the batter, then the pitcher steals coins from the batter and bats next. If one of the two outfielders catches the ball, then they steal the batter's coins and they will be the next to bat. Unique to this game is that the ball will only stay on the field for a limited amount of time, and if it disappears, then the batter gets to bat again. But if another player, including the pitcher, picks up the ball, then it's an out and they bat next, but no coins get stolen. This game mode is fun, but it still runs into the ball control problem mentioned earlier and is best played with other people instead of computer opponents. There is also a variety of minigames available to play, and these are one of the few things in game that is completely skill based. Bob-omb Derby is a home run hitting contest where the bob-ombs get pitched at different speeds, with more points being rewarded for faster speeds and home runs hit back to back. Any home runs hit gives a short fireworks display, with the fireworks being better at higher ball speeds. Wall ball is a pitching game where you try to throw the ball through a set of walls. Having the music note wall as the last wall broken rewards a large bonus, but breaking the Bowser walls last results in a loss of points. Chain Chomp Sprint is a base running game where you try to collect the most gems. You're able to run in either direction around the bases, and when the Chain Chomp wakes up, you must stop dead in your tracks, otherwise you lose gems. Piranha Panic has you throw different colored eggs to the corresponding piranha plants. You can throw away eggs that don't match, and bombs can be used on any plant. Occasionally, a purple piranha plant will show up, and it can be hit with anything. Barrel Batter has you hit the ball to a wall of barrels. Hitting a barrel breaks any barrel of the same color connected to it. Destroying enough barrels spawns a bomb barrel for the next pitch. Hitting this barrel destroys the whole wall, but if you miss it, it just becomes a normal barrel. This is the only minigame that runs into the hitting problem, but is still fun to play. Lastly is Star Dash, where you run around the field to try and grab the most coins. Power-ups will also spawn, mushrooms that will either speed you up or slow you down, and stars for invincibility. Hitting other players while invincible will steal coins from them. These minigames are my favorite part of this game, which is good for the minigames, but not so much for the rest of the game.
Mario Superstar Baseball is the definition of a mixed bag. There are some elements present that could have made it a good game, but it just keeps getting bogged down by the bad hitting controls. The single player experience is pretty shallow, and while the minigames are fun, they can only be played so much. It's a Mario sports game that feels more sport than Mario, and that takes away some of the enjoyment from the game. And at that point, I might as well just play whatever the latest MLB game is. I give Mario Superstar Baseball 5.5 innings out of 9.